What is up, guys? Thanks for joining back to the channel. And today's episode, things look a little different. We're not on Minecraft. We're in a new game. This game is called Hypixel. Now, if you don't know what a Hypixel is, this game is made by the people who made the Hypixel server on Minecraft, which was one of the originals for Hunger Games and Bed Wars and a bunch of stuff along the like, which y'all probably have all seen. Now they made their own independent game. In the game, it's pretty similar to most RPG open worlds. You collect materials, punch a bunch of trees down. It does take forever, though. But the good thing about when you break trees down is they all fall. So that's pretty cool. Pretty similar to most Minecraft mods or mod packs. They have that. But then you collect materials. They drop sticks, twigs, grass, sap. The full stuff you get from trees. You can also explore. Obviously, you can craft tools, pickaxes, out of different material, just like copper, iron, diamonds. Obviously, this game has its different grade scale, but you get cobblestone, you mine, you craft. There are also mobs. I didn't hear this while recording, but there's a wolf. That motherfucker kind of hurt. If you have any comments, questions, or anything, leave it down in the comments. I'll try my best to answer it. And if you'd like to see more of this content, let me know. I've enjoyed playing it. It's been pretty dope. Let me know if you want to see it as maybe a series in the future. Or maybe just like to see more videos on it. We'll see. There are also lots of mobs underground, so when mining, it's a little difficult. There's also traps. I don't know if I got any recorded, but there's like bombs and bear traps and a bunch of different stuff underground. But just like in Minecraft or in Valheim or in Ark or any other, survival adventure RPG crafting game, it's a random world. Those seeds are different. You craft stuff, you smelt stuff, you make better items, pretty much the whole 9 yards of base games nowadays. So I would say things that make it unique are definitely the modding capabilities, and the sort of creative mode where you can build whole worlds. I'll show some more of that at the end of the episode. I did find out the hard way, however, that villagers will hurt you, and I think this is because I actually punched one of them, but I died more than I like to admit. Now, as far as combat goes, the combat's pretty dope in this game. You can get kind of special abilities with the Q, as you can see, and then you can have lunges and charge attacks, and there's a bunch of different weapons. I personally like the daggers. I think they're pretty cool. Also, dungeons. There's dungeons underground, little houses, homes, whatever you want to call it. There was no one in this one. I did play with a couple of my buddies, and there was like a little trader villager in there, but it didn't do anything. But back to combat, it's pretty dope. Okay, I personally like the daggers, but there are pretty cool other things like maces and warhammers and battle axes and spears. The spears also dope. I know Minecraft just added spears, maybe a couple years too late, but it is a little tricky. And then here's one of the villagers where you can trade with. I don't know if they'll probably add more, make some of the other villagers more accessible, but for now you kind of just collect these little essence berries, but you kind of get them from anything. They drop when killing mobs, they drop when farming wheat, they come out of chests, they come from literally everything. Alright, let's go a little bit how base building works. So, you make these different tables, and it makes different equipment. You make a furnace to smelt stuff, you make an armory to make armor. Pretty self-explanatory, okay? It's pretty much the same as most, explore, gather resources, build a base, craft tools, you can hunt, cook, find monsters, and there's different powerful bosses you can find throughout the world and in different, like, portals. I'm not entirely sure the base of the game, but it's pretty cool. Similar to Valheim, Return to Moria, Ark, Dragon Wilds if you like the new RuneScape game. It's all that sort of game. So as far as base game goes, it's pretty fun. Don't have an issue. This is the first little temple that you have to go to, and it's the first gateway. So you kill this little boss. He's a golem. Pretty easy. Just spam spears or anything far. He does hurt, obviously. But kill him, it's pretty easy. You get his loot, and then you go through the portal. Okay, once you defeat the boss and go through the portal, you're in the Forgotten Temple. Now, this is a pretty unique aspect of the game, which is pretty dope. I'm not entirely sure how it works, though. But you're greeted by mobs and villagers and these little trader guys. These are the guys that spawn underground, from what I've learned so far, and these are the guys in the village. They have cool little names, but I'm just calling them villagers. And then the big thing is the memories. I'm not entirely sure how the memory feature works, but it seems pretty cool. Next thing, the other thing that this game offers is creative mode, just like in Minecraft, where you can build basically with infinite resources and fly around and do whatever you want, your own creativity. The cool thing about this is how easy this is to do. I haven't messed around with it that much, but you get the full list of all the blocks in the game, just like in Minecraft. You can't spawn anything in yet. I was trying to spawn in like all the bosses, but you get different creative tools. So you get different brushes, and you can build literally anything, which you can do it the same in Minecraft, except you have to download a bunch of mods, and this is just already ported straight into the game. I think that's the biggest feature, though, is that you can just build whatever you want, however you want, without having to use any extra stuff. For instance, you can make these blocks. You can make big mega bases in seconds. And the cool aspect of it is it's user-friendly, super easy. It's 2 clicks, right click or left click, break or place. You can dig down really easily, or you can place stuff just as easy. And look at me, I can build this giant arc in 3 seconds. Something like this in Minecraft, if I'm playing even normal creative, would take me hours. Okay? Now with the creative tools, now if I'm playing with mods, it's a little bit different. But with these tools that are base game, you can add detail, you can put hours of work in Minecraft in seconds. And it's pretty dope, okay? The world building and aspect of it is extremely easy and cool. There's also different paintbrushes if you want to build out a different material, different patterns. You can put boulders. If you want to put rocks all over the place, do whatever you want. It's stupid easy, but there's so many different paintbrushes. And with these different brushes, you can do literally anything you want. You can have a house for brushes, and you can make cities in seconds. You can select the different blocks, and you can make these out of different blocks. You can have so much stuff. The creativity on this is literally unlimited. Whatever your mind can think of, you can do. Just like in Minecraft, except you don't have to have external mods to do it. Everything's included base game. And then the brushes there, you can resize them. You can make them smaller, bigger, wider, thinner, however you want, whatever you want. Also, the really cool ones and one of my favorites are the paths. Like, you can just have this whole path done in seconds. You can make rivers, you can add water, you could do anything. So you could plan out an entire city in a matter of seconds. Like, this, doing a path like this, even a layout like this, will take hours in Minecraft. And if you wanted other paths, for instance, you want a darker path out of maybe dirt and not hay or path block, it's super easy. You just change your block or your brush, and then you draw and do whatever you want. For instance, you could lay out an entire city in seconds. You could have a castle done in probably the same amount of time. I mean, it's super easy, super user-friendly, and the creativity is unlimited. Right, so I could plan this whole path out. I could put houses around it. I could put trees. I could put even a mountain. You could place mountains in this, like, super easy. Even in some of the Minecraft mods, that's pretty difficult. If you want to make them bigger, make them bigger. If you want them smaller, want them smaller. It's super easy to do. I don't know how much I'm gonna actually use it because I don't build that much. But if I did, here it is. It's super easy though. But the game still is in early development, so keep that in mind if you are planning on getting the game. I think it's pretty fun. I've had fun playing it. I only played for about hour and a half, just to kind of test some things out, see how things work. Now let me know in the comments if you enjoyed, or if you'd like to see me play this on a channel. And if you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see in the next one. Peace.